Hey guys, I'm Anirudh.
And I'm Abhinav, and this is Building Port in Public. This is our very first episode, and this is where Ani and I, the two founders of Port, are going to tell you about what we're up to and hopefully get some feedback on where to go.
Basically, give you like a transparent overview of how we function, how we make decisions. Yeah,
We're building in public because it took us a while to realize this, but we realized that we are not just building it for ourselves. We are trying to build it for the world, so the world should get a say in what we're building, right? And the best way to do that is to show them what they're building and get some criticism. We want to know what people like. We want to know what people don't like, what people need. And it's not just for me and Ani, it's for everyone out there.
we hope you guys find this helpful. So let's start with the first big question. What was the reason you guys started developing Port? Abhi, what's your answer? Why are we building Port?
I am building Port because I hate how everyone who calls me seems to know everything about me, and I usually know nothing about them and don't want anything to do with them. Simply put, I hate spam.
I think it just doesn't make sense for me to not be able to control who has access to me, how much access they get, or how long that access lasts. Anybody with my number basically has unrestricted access to me, and I don't get to control who has my number. I wanted to build a system where connecting with somebody is a reversible process. Um, if I give you my phone number and you abuse it, there's no way for me to retract it. What if there was a world where we could retract connections? And that's my motivation for building Port, because I want that power to be able to say, hey, you abused the access I gave to you, you don't get any more access.
At this point, do you want to just tell them our origin story?
Let's do the origin story.
So, Ani and I go way back. We were friends as kids back
Yep.
before we had phones. We used to use picture chat and send each other pictures of toads. Our parents knew each other, our grandparents knew each other, and then we kind of drifted apart. We didn't live in the same city. We would catch up once every 3 years or so. One time, I just got back from the hospital from a very, very bad infection. I get a call, and it's Ani, and I answer and I go, "Hey, Ani." That evening, he invited me over to his place. I, fresh out of the hospital, decided to go over. We hung out for a bit. The next morning, we were having idlis on his floor in the living room, and that's when we started talking about what was at that point Bahu chat.
We
Yeah,
kind of were talking about how we didn't expect phone numbers to be there for another 10, 20 years, because it just doesn't make sense. Let me guys walk you through the utility of the phone number. Um, the primary utility of the phone number was to connect to people. It was a way for switchboard operators to go, hey, okay, I have to plug this in here based on the country code, the area code, blah, blah, blah. So it was an instrument that connected to people. And up until the 90s, that's what it was. Cut to the 2000s, they gained an additional utility. When mobile apps started picking up, they became a way to log in, authenticate yourself, phone number OTP systems. They became part of your digital identity. Um, it's how you basically prove to businesses that you are who you are. Now, we're in this weird time where we have to ask ourselves, you didn't need phone numbers to connect people. Number two, if you didn't need phone numbers to authenticate yourselves to different applications, to prove to them who you are, and if you didn't have to give your number to large companies so that they can aggregate data around you, what will be your incentive to still have the number around? Plus, we have space-based internet coming in and all that. So pretty soon, getting access to internet is going to be separate from how you connect with people. We don't actually need the core telecom infrastructure to like call somebody. We just need internet to call somebody. Given that you don't even need a phone number to access internet services anymore, why would we even need phone numbers? Abhi, do you have an answer?
that requires me to have it. I was more terrified about the fact that people had my name, my phone number, my home address, and pretty much anything else they needed to reissue my Aadhaar card. I'm pretty sure I bought like three things that I didn't know I was buying because I accidentally said yes on a phone call. Um, it was insane the amount of information people had about me, the amount of access people had to me, and uh, just the headaches that came with it. And I wanted that to change.
We just realized, holy shit, there's just so much information attached to us and it's so easily available. Made us think about, hey, how do we solve this? If we create some sort of pseudo identifier, some sort of virtual address, we end up with the same problem. Any mass adoption will ensure spam gets on there. So any true solution would have to kind of eliminate contact info completely.
Let's give him a call.
And that's where my math background came in, Abhi's computer science background came in, and we wanted to kind of figure out some sort of cryptographically secure way of connecting two people without them having to share any sort of personal contact info. And that's how we kind of started developing Port. And we hope version 2.0, which we've just released, is an answer to all of your questions and concerns. It has almost every single feature that you would find in any other mass adopted messenger, plus security and privacy that ditching contact info gets you guys. Phone numbers aren't going to last another 50 years. In a free society, the only way we don't turn into like numbered sheep where everything we do is kind of nudged by various algorithms is if we just eliminate data aggregation and spam. And the only way to do that is to get back control over our attention. And the only way to do that is to make sure we guard the gateways to our attention, the gateways to our time, as well as possible. Honestly, Port is like proof to me that everything I thought you needed numbers for can be done without numbers. We can eventually figure out a way where even like physical services, if you have an e-commerce delivery service, we can escrow that information so that only the delivery partners know that information to deliver something to you. Your logistical algorithms kind of only know the broad area, can compartmentalize information way better. So there are ways to kind of achieve this level of information control and ownership, but we know now it can be done. The question is, are market forces going to force it to be done? And I think so. I think it's inevitable.
What that means for us is people are less frustrated with the connections they form. They don't have to hesitate when they want to meet someone new and connect with them. I think that every system out there is designed to fail at scale. Some of them have already failed. I just checked my phone at the start of this call, and apparently I have 225 unread chats over SMS in the last month or so. Eventually, I'm hoping that Port is the one place people can stay for the rest of time and not have to worry.
So I think that concludes our episode for today. I think we've definitely discussed some stuff that I think people might be interested in. We're certainly going to be more eyes open. We'd love for you guys to comment, tell us what you want to hear us speak about. Also, if you want any features on Port, if something's missing, some things you don't like, spam us with it. I know it's a little hypocritical, but go ahead. Bother us so much that the way out for us is to fix those stuff. See you on the next one. Bye.